to be having this amazing, amazing workshop today with Judit Yague Mateu. I hope I spell your name in the
Good.
correct way. I love it. I'm very happy to be working with Judith and allow her to be our guide today because she holds so much wisdom, so much knowledge. She's an amazing healer, based in Ibiza, but also worldwide and online. I'm very happy to be spending so much time with Judith in Egypt since 2 years ago now, and I had the chance to be near her, to feel her energy, and to feel her amazing work for people and also for humanity, because you are doing huge work also for the planet,
All
for
of
the
us.
planetary. Exactly. um, Judith, she's an amazing healer. She is in Ibiza right now, and she works amazingly with her hands, performing incredible session to people. And I'm gonna let her tell us more about your journey, Judith, and what makes you you. And let's start by sharing a bit of your journey, because I want people to have your story in their hearts and to get to know you more. So please
Thank
share
you.
us a bit of your story.
Thank you, Adina, first of all, for inviting me and to give me the opportunity to share myself, which is difficult for me. It's like really the challenge. But I'm going to do it. Well, my journey started when I was a kid, because since the early ages I started to feel energies and I was seeing things, though I was very afraid of it, so I kind of block it.
Wow.
Yeah, I block it, and I thought that I was not seeing anything for a while until few years ago, like maybe about 15 years ago or something like that, where I start to tap into the seeing again. But what it brought me into being a therapist was that it was the urge to find myself, basically. Since a kid, I always, when kids were playing and, you see a plane going, they were
Yes.
like, okay, let's make a wish or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
remember in very early ages asking, like, okay, my wish is to know myself, to know myself,
Wow.
to know who I am, right? So since the very early ages, I've been in the path of search, and that brought me into and my ability to feel energies and to be open to receive different types of information from different realms. It guided me to be a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I had a very strong childhood and not so easy,
Wow.
even though I love my parents and I love my family. Um, but it's been challenge sometimes. So this brought me into also like treating myself a lot and seeing different perspective of the reality and how I can learn more and more of what I'm creating outside. Obviously, in the early ages, I was not thinking that, but I was like searching for healing myself, and so I was in the path of healing others, which I feel
Wow.
like it came in through reflection, right? So yeah, and so it brought me into doing massages, where in barely, yeah, at the beginning, very early, I felt that I was connecting with the people in a different level, and it was not
Mm-hmm.
the typical massage that you will receive. I started to feel energies. I started to feel like things that, um, without they telling me, I could actually tap into the information of the cellular memory and different.
Wow, that's very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
For example, I remember when I saw you first in Egypt, like I was like, wow, what a multidimensional being is in front of me right now. Like I felt you so tuned in into, I don't know, this infinity that is all around us that not many people can feel. You know, a lot of people are focused in the 3D world, in the material, in everything that is physical, tangible, and so on. But here you were, this beautiful being in front of me that was tapping into so many layers and exploring. I felt you were a true person exploring her multidimensional DNA, operating in so many so many levels. And yes, I guess if someone can see you probably in the same way that was happening also in myself, that I could see it in you and so on. Sometimes we're mirrors of each other. And I really felt the hugeness of energy that you are working with, and I find that quite unique. And I want us to, this is why, like, I wanted us today to share your story, your healing path, and also your healing session, that what you are putting out there, serving out there to people, because there are not many people like you on earth. Each and one of us is unique, of course,
Yeah,
but
completely.
you have discovered your gifts since an early age, and I guess that is what probably, right, we come here like to discover who we are. But some of us probably since an early age are having the courage to tap into that, like you had. And did you find it easier to give in at some point, to give in into this, like, I don't know if like esoteric, but like this invisible layers of energy that you could feel? Did you find it hard to finally give in and fully accept that this is you, that you're feeling this, that you need to work on this level? Was it
I
hard?
mm, it was hard. It was hard mostly because since the beginning, since I remember, well, I don't remember, but my father told me when I was 5 years old, I will, he will have pain in his body, and I will go and massage that area or put my hands there, and the pain will be gone. But somehow my family were pretty religious, not from my father's side, and everything that was out of the religion, basically it was kind of like scary. And
Mm,
so me tapping into energies or tapping into information or like seeing things, they were not believing. They were
mm-hmm,
the most sentence that I heard when I was a kid and as I was grown up was, uh, she's crazy, or not she's crazy, but she's weird. She's weird, and yeah, she's weird. Uh, she's a witch, like typical. She's a witch.
yeah, well, it's the easiest way, and the most, like, from a religious mind and point of view, that's the easiest way to put a person in a box. Okay, she's a witch, or okay, I don't know, she's a magician, or here, because the mind wants to give you a category. Who are you? Like, let me see, who are you, to be able to understand. So yeah, that is really funny. Like, I really relate to that. It happened to me
Yeah,
also.
I know you.
Oh my
But
god.
probably where you are born, this is more natural,
In
right?
Romania, in
In
Romania,
Romania.
yes, in Romania, exactly. Like, it's really a magical land, and if you think of the Carpathians and the villages and everything, yes, there were a lot of how can I say, magus, right? Like,
Yes.
not witches, not magician, but like alchemists in a way.
Yeah.
My grandma was one of those
Yeah.
in the village. Like, she was known for that. So she
Mm-hmm.
was like also like passing her knowledge from girl
Mm-hmm.
to girl. And yes, in our family, of course, like to me it's like something natural. For my mom it's
Yes.
something natural. For
Yeah.
people in our family, maybe not. But we are holding that wisdom. So I truly relate
Yeah.
and I understand that people were seeing you in that way. And
Yeah.
it's in a way, at least, like, they didn't reject it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You with
Yes.
us. In a way, okay, she is a witch, or but you know, people find it hard to understand that being a witch is in fact being an alchemist and tapping
Yeah.
into the elements of the earth. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, this is like a really good question. Like, how do you connect with everything that you feel out there, with the invisible layers, with the elements of the earth? How do you tap into that?
Well, now I can explain it. It's actually I created a workshop to show people that they are able also to develop their extrasensorial senses. But
Wow.
until now, I was not sure, to be honest, because I I was born with that, so I didn't know what I was doing or how I was doing it until my journey of healing and my journey of like getting more and more consciousness and more understanding of how the universe works and how other dimensions works and how we as a human work. Then suddenly now I have a pretty good structure of um, how to tap into that. And for me it's very important, the grounding. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that in 2011 my guides, I always, when I do massages, um, I actually connect with the memory of the cells of the body that I'm working with, but also it goes into subtle levels. Like it can be coming from mental patterns, belief systems, to channeling energies like codes, or like going into past lives, or like seeing information from what happened into the childhood, but also like connecting to the cosmic family, or like seeing I always
Wow.
beings around, and like it depends of the person that I'm working with, is going to come a being or another being, or like and so for me it's this is normal. No, I've been like this all my life.
That's
Even though I
amazing.
forget sometimes, I live my 3D dimension pretty well. Like it's not that
Mm-hmm.
I live all the time there. Sometimes I even forget that I have that tool,
Mm-hmm.
and I only use it to work, which is silly. But I've been since childhood, I've been so much repressing this that
Yeah.
uh, because I didn't want it to be the weird one. So
Mm.
I I got to know how to live the 3D without all the
Yes.
other layers. So now what I can tell you is that yeah, coming back to 2011, my guides, they disappeared one time, and for 2 weeks, and I couldn't connect with them. And when they came back, they told me, like, if you're not grounding and becoming like a tree, we're disappearing forever, and we are not
Mm.
working with you. Like somehow they were telling me, we take like the tools that you have, no? And
Yeah.
so for me, it was a journey of like, okay, how to inhabit the body more, how to be fully grounded, how to be in your body. And as you came with us to the trips, Adina, and you saw how many people are, when you are not ungrounded,
Yes.
you cannot hold the energy proper,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it
Yes,
can
that's true.
it can be some affect it can affect you in some ways or another. So and then I is when I understood why my guides were telling me, like, grounding is the key. Grounding, very strong roots, inhabiting your body, and then you have a very strong core, and then you can open up to the light, to the information, to whatever. You can expand everything that you are,
Yeah.
but with a strong core and very grounded. So for me, like, what at the moment that I'm doing anything energetic, first of all is connecting
First
to
of
the
all,
center of
grounding.
the earth. Yes,
And
connecting to the center of the earth.
by the way of like grounding, I remember very well when we were in Egypt in the temple of Abydos. By the way, everyone, Judit is a very dear friend of Matias de Stefano, and we met in the Egypt journeys that we had ever since 2 years ago, like 3 trips we did together, and we were in the temple of Abydos, I think. Yes, in Abydos, I think. And you were talking about the importance of grounding. I remember we tapped into that for a few minutes in conversation. And then when we were performing this powerful ritual in the temple, like I felt that I focused so much on grounding because I wanted to exactly to become that tree that my feet were numb, like I couldn't
Ah,
feel
yes,
my
I
feet any
remember.
longer. Remember? And you
I
came
remember.
and you massaged my feet because I was like stuck there. I was like, guys, everyone is leaving, but I cannot move from this. My feet are grounded. Like, and you came and you helped me with your hands. I don't know what you did in that moment that I remember I breathed in and out, and you kind of like helped me unroot to be able to move. So I think that was the first time that I really understood, and you helped me understand like how important is really, really to be in this process of grounding, to be
Mhm,
able to be a pillar of light.
mhm,
Yes,
mhm,
grounding is essential. Can you tell us more like about your process of helping others to ground? And for
mhm,
people who are watching, we will have also a practical side in this discussion, and I really encourage you to be with us until the end because Judith will help us, will guide us, tap into that energy, and
mhm,
feel how important is grounding, and not only, but feeling the energy around us and working with our hands. Um, can you share more about your process of grounding, and in your workshop and in your classes that you
mhm.
are giving, how are you helping others to tap into that? Because many people, when they think of grounding in Romania, is implementare.
Uh-huh.
Trust me, I had this problem like with people thinking is that ah something like under earth, like what I'm gonna die and I'm gonna go under earth, like something
Yeah.
like it's for some reason I don't get it. Like I met people that thought that this is like something like negative. Like
Yeah.
grounding is it's something so
Yeah.
healing. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I've been living in India for 8 years in my life.
Wow.
And one thing that I understood there was that, we are coming like the spiritual people. I believe that everyone is spiritual anyway, but the conscious spiritual people, that they want to find spirit, they want to be more connected to the spirit. No, if you see years ago, like in India or in Tibet or in other places, many of them they believe that the body was a sin or was not good, was the darkness. So they wanted
Mm-hmm.
to leave their body in order to connect with the spirit realm. So we are coming from that vision. We are coming from meditating, and if I meditate, I breathe a lot, and then I bring up my frequency. I will be more connected because our mind also imagines the connection in linear way. So it's everything is above. Also, the religion made for me, the religion made quite a strong mistake in this because it's like everything that we are looking for is outside, which which what I'm teaching and what I'm trying to make people understand, because that was my journey, was that everything is in between, and as a
Mm-hmm.
fractal everything is outside, but there is nothing to leave the body. It's actually when you are fully grounded and fully inhabiting your body, and you are tapping, and that's what I'm sharing in the workshops. You're tapping into the empty space of your heart, in this neutrality, you're connecting to the center of the universe. This is the center of the universe. And there is nothing linear, it's spherical. So that's why connecting here, we can actually create this field of energy, which creates a torus around us. And from that field, this aura, or the energetic body, we can be fully held by it. But we need to create, same as we go to the gym and we create a very strong physical body, we can actually create a very strong energetic body by creating a very strong center channel. Again, we come back into the tree. Strong roots, strong central channel. When we align our chakras and we are fully connected sky to earth, then we can tap into the middle point here and expand all that we are here and now into that electromagnetic field, which actually the EMF balancing technique treatment that I do, and Esperanza Alvarez also does, coming from Peggy Phoenix Dubro, who channeled, is working on this field. Is working on the structure of the energetic body. And by tapping into the EMF balancing technique is when I understood what I was doing myself and why my guides were telling me it's very important to ground, very important to inhabit the body, very strong core in order to expand yourself. And that's why I call my workshop the hands extension of the heart, because every time I treat someone with my hands, or I do anything with my hands, the information comes by tapping into this empty space, but it comes through my hands. If you see, obviously,
Yes, we can see your
the
hands.
heart.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's tapping into the information, and in that way, whenever you you create the electromagnetic field, and you are really held by your energy, you can very safely open your extrasensorial senses wherever it is. It can be vision, it can be the sense, touch, whatever it is.
When we were talking about your workshops that you are doing right now online, by the way, every one of you, I really invite you to go to Judith's website. Is juditalternativemassage at gmail.com. That's your email for them to contact
That's
you.
my.
And Judit Yague multidimensionality.com. It's the website where you can read more about Judith works and everything that she will gladly start placing in online. We're waiting for you to share more of this extension of the heart that are the hands. I remember when I saw you posting on Instagram. By the way, on Instagram, you are Judit _Yague. I invite you guys to follow Judit to see more of what she's putting out there. When I saw what you were sharing about, the heart and the hands, this connection, because I always think of the hands. We have to use these tools more to just feed our body, more to just hug someone more. These are lasers of light, like I always love to say that. And I was thinking, wow, what a beautiful perspective you are putting out there in your workshop, to tune into your heart and send the energy to your hands, and from this on, of course, working with that energy in so many ways. And you also told me that you can direct the energy in other parts of the body or in other ways. If, for example, we are not using the hands, how we can direct the energy that is being creating from the heart? Can you tell us more about how to properly work with this energy and how to distribute it to be maybe our own healer, right, or healing others?
Yeah. So basically, by intention, like intention is the key. Wherever you put, also, you have to understand that the energy will go wherever the mind goes. So if you put the intention of, like, I'm going to send this energy that I feel here in my heart, coming from the earth, coming from the sky, and tapping into the heart, and I express it into my hands, I can direct this energy. I can imagine that I receive in the central channel the information from the earth and the sky. I always by intention connect to the source. I don't know if I'm connected to the source or not, but my intention is to connect to the source.
Yes.
And this stream of light coming from the center of the earth to the source, and then it comes into my heart. And by only creating this intention, it's already happening. That's how
Yeah.
powerful we are. That's
Well,
how powerful.
that's the hardest part for people, because they don't tune into that higher intuition, into that imagination, right? Maybe when we are kids, I remember myself as a kid having so much like happening in my imagination. Like I was like creating stuff with my mind, and some of them I would have been like able to bring them into manifestation, like really creating a, I don't know, a cream, a solution, a potion of that could heal. But from your experience, like working with so many people, do you think they tap into that, um, or not? Like they manage to tap into that. They allow themselves to feel that imagination, to direct that energy. Because I'm sure you've worked with people who already are on the healing path, who already done the work, and now they're ready to heal others. And maybe people who will watch this workshop is also people who are already working as healers. So especially for them, being at a certain level, right? The question is how you can maintain that imagination. How do you do it? How do you advise people in your workshop to stay open to that imagination? Because that, as you said, is the vehicle that directs the energy.
Mhm.
What would you share about that?
One thing I always say in my workshops also, and for me it's a key, and is something that Angela Maria Aristasabal, which I'm doing the Mastery of the Self with her, she always keeps saying also is self-observance and
Mm.
self-awareness. But
Mm-hmm.
self-observation, it's a mastery. Like if you observe yourself constantly, you will see where your mind goes. And this is something I tell my clients a lot. Normally I work in London, and the
Mm-hmm.
clients in London, I found that many of them, not all of them, but many of them are very stressed, living in a
Mm-hmm.
city, and it's ongoing all the time. So
Yes.
when very different to work with people in Brazil or in Goa or in India or here in
Mm-hmm.
Ibiza or in London, no? But as we're speaking about that, the clients in London, most of the time, I always had to tell them how to be self-observant on how their mind works, because if you are all the time outside yourself and being like, what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next, imagine, I always tell them that imagine that there is a sphere here of energy, that as you're thinking about many things, you're losing the energy and you are not able to really manifest anything here and now. First of all, because you are
Mm-hmm.
not in contact with yourself, you're not inhabiting yourself, you're not grounded, and this creates so much stress and the nerve system goes high and they lose themselves. Then it's like they don't even know where they are somehow. So the
Mm.
massage that I do in that particular moments is I relax the nerve system and I allow the people to really get back into their body. And everyone says later, it's like, wow, I feel my body, or I feel like
Yes.
I'm presence, no? So for me the key is self-observance, self-observation, and yeah.
What an important thing you just say, present moment, because that was the message that I received a few days ago. By the way, you mentioned also living in India. Recently, I visited here in San Diego in Encinitas, the temple of Paramahansa Yogananda.
Yeah.
And meditating in the gardens that are dedicated to meditation and exploration, I received this message. I was like, help me tune in, help me understand more how I can keep this energy within me and how I can serve best. And the message that he sent me was be in the present moment.
Completely. Yes.
And look, my hair is responding, my body is responding. I think it's so important to observe yourself in the present moment.
Yes.
That's the hardest part for many people, right?
Yeah. Also, because if you want to change something, you will not be able to change it by going in the past or in the future, but making some changes right now here internally. And then
Yes.
it's when you can actually alchemize, the alchemy is happening, and then you can project this in the future. But
Yes.
all of this is the present moment, basically.
Can you help us tune into that? Like really feel like if we were about to go in the practical side, can you guide us on how to tune in and how to feel this energy, how to expand it, maybe in our hands or however you feel to guide us? I'm looking forward to step into the practical side and just to feel how you guide us on working with that.
Fantastic. I'm going to do the meditation. If you, or some guidance. I don't know if it's going to be a meditation or what, but one thing I want to share before that is 3 keys that I always tell my clients, and it's like observe your breathing without managing anything. Just observe how you're breathing, because the breath will bring you immediately into the present moment when you tap with the breath. And also you can actually massage your body, which is it helps you to ground and to inhabit your body, to touch your body, and concentrate on the sole of the feet. Because if you are stressed, probably the energy is up here, and as I said, it's like it disperses so much on whatever we think. But taking a deep breath, coming back into your breath, coming back into your body, and feeling and imagine that you're breathing through the feet, you are actually sending the energy towards the feet to ground. So connect with
Perfect.
the feet a lot. So that's some tools that I tell my clients, or in my workshops also, that you can do 24/7.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
breathing, tapping into the body and taking the energy from the upper side, from the mind, and just imagine it how it goes deep into the ground. That's amazing.
Or just feel the sole of the feet. It's like, because
Yes.
people doesn't see the energies or cannot connect with energies, but just connect with all of the feet. Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to guide something, whatever comes.
Whatever you feel, Judith. All my confidence, all my heart is with you.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. So let's sit comfortable first, and let's tap into the breath for a few seconds. And allow yourself with every breath to tap more deep into your body, inhabiting the body, dropping into the body. Feel where the body touches, if it's the seat, the ground, the wall. And imagine that a stream of light comes from the source into your crown chakra, through your central channel. With each breath, it goes from the crown chakra into the third eye, to the throat, to the heart center. Taking a deep breath and allowing this energy to go to the solar plexus, into the second chakra, into the root chakra, going down your legs, your knees, your ankles, and it goes from your feet down, extending some roots into the earth. Feel the nourishment that the earth gives you. Feel the minerals, the nutrients that the earth has for you. The earth is the mother that holds you, that supports you, that nourishes you. Take a deep breath and visualize, see, imagine or think a stream of light that goes from your feet or your base center into the center of the earth, where you find a crystal. This crystal is there for you, to ground you, to give you the energy that you need at every moment. Feel the energy of that crystal. This crystal has been with you since you were born. And now imagine that you're taking this energy up into your roots and fills you up, all your roots, with this frequency. Frequency is stable. It aligns you with the frequency of the earth. As you're breathing in, take this energy into your ankles, into your knees, into your hips. Feel how this energy holds you and supports you, creating a very strong central channel. Goes through the base center to the creative center, second chakra, to the solar plexus, and meets into the center of the heart with the frequency that you channel from the source. Now, sky and earth, source and the center of the earth are connected into the center point of your heart, this neutral point, feminine, masculine, light, darkness, earth, sun. Tap into that central point and start to feel with every breath how it creates a field of energy around the heart area. And with each breath, this field gets stronger and stronger, creating a torus around you, expanding the torus around you with every breath. This donut shape. And start to feel how this frequency or this energy expands all around you, expanding your heart center. Allow yourself now to behold for this energy field that you created for yourself. You can use your hands to touch the electromagnetic field around you, this energy field, and just be attentive of any sensations that you may have. It may be cold or warm, it may be tingle, vibration. Take a few moments here to experience and to experiment with your hands. You can move this energy field with your hands. You can expand it and contract it. Be playful. Bring the hands together and bring them apart. Just be familiar with this energy that you just created around you. Play with it. You can imagine, feel, think, or see a sphere of light created by your both hands in front of you. And play with this sphere. With a big deep breath, you can expand this sphere all around you. Taking a deep breath, tap into the empty space of your heart again. Coming back into yourself. You can even place your hands in your heart area. And feel the peace that this creates. You are held by your own energy, supported by the Mother Earth, and guided by the Source. Here and now, you are unique. I am. I am. I am. Taking few deep breaths, you can start to massage the tip of your fingers in your hands. Coming back into your body, massaging your body, taking a deep breath, massaging your feet or feeling the sole of your feet in the ground, taking few deep breaths, and only whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow.
Small taste.
This is just a small taste, as you're saying, of this like beautiful energy that in just a few minutes you can create. We are so powerful people. Wow. Um, you know that it's so funny that I felt I connected with the purple energy that my mom was always saying that we are connected to, as in the lineage of our family.
Amazing.
And the crystal was purple, like all around. And it felt so amazing to, I felt I connected with the most like sacred energy of myself,
Mm-hmm.
connected probably with the women in our family, because my mother is always like sharing that she is rooted in this type of energy. So wow, that was
Yeah.
for me an experience. I loved it. I really, and I really felt
Uh-huh.
the a globe of like white energy, and I was like playing.
Uh-huh.
I could feel it in my hand, and I felt a coldness all around.
Amazing.
and expanding that energy in the whole room.
Yeah.
And my dog even like came to my feet next to me. Like I think she was attracted by because she came closer, closer, closer until I felt her on my feet.
They feel the energy so strongly. It's like whenever I massage someone that has a dog, normally the dog always comes to the room. Always.
Yes. Well, she
Yeah.
was here. Now as we left, she left also. Now as we finished, she left also. Really powerful, Judith. Wow. And
Yeah.
these are everyone, these are just a few minutes of how Judith can help us connect. I really invite you to follow her on Instagram, Judit underline Yagüe, on Facebook as well, Judit Yague Mateu, and also on her website. You have all the information. I placed all your information, Judith, in the presentation of this workshop on YouTube, and I will share it also on Instagram with everyone. On emails, I want you to, from the bottom of my heart, to reach so many people, and to um, whenever you're having your next workshop, I really want to attend.
Sure.
You are
Yeah.
based right now in Ibiza, right?
Yes.
Um, and
Mm-hmm.
you're traveling. I mean, let's say if people like want to connect with you from all over the world, you can do the session also online with people.
Yeah, I do sessions online of Theta Healing and EMF balancing technique. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some friends also ask me if I could tap into their energy or do an
Mm-hmm.
energetic work. It's not something that I normally do, but it's something that I'm also
Mm-hmm.
capable to do. But mostly is Theta Healing, EMF, balancing technique, and then the workshops, and probably sooner than later, hopefully, I'm going to start doing the workshop online or to do master classes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And do you plan also any kind of retreats anytime soon?
Not
In
at the moment.
Ibiza?
In Ibiza,
Ah,
not at the moment.
okay.
I've been doing, I did a workshop in Mallorca, and I
Mm-hmm.
was invited to do a workshop also in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we had to stop the Puerto Rico one until after the summertime. But yeah, Puerto Rico is on its way. Ibiza, I'm going to do it here in some moment too. But I need to see, because I did it 2 days, the workshop, and I think I need a little bit more days for all the information that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I need to reorganize a little bit the workshop.
That's amazing. As soon as you will have the information up, I want to share it with everyone, and I'm gonna be there in the workshop attending because I feel I resonate so much with you, and I think that's really important. If you find someone, a guy that you can work with and learn together, that's amazing. So I really want to tap into that. And who knows, maybe Romania is not so far from Ibiza. Maybe you come. Right now I'm in San Diego in US, but I come twice a year in Romania, and maybe, maybe we plan something there also. I would love to have you.
I will love to be in Romania. Yes.
We will talk about that really soon, I hope. Thank you so much, Judith, for
Thank you.
this incredible
Mhm.
sharing and practical side. And I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope to see you
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank
guys,
you
everyone.
for the invitation. Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you, guys, everyone. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.